back into things, as apparently it's very loud as I've been objects. Moving on, we have the lovely Kaylee over here, our favorite queen. And we have a new-ish face coming with us of Mercury. So, today we're going to be doing a bit of an interesting adventure. You know, I never like to make dungeons all the same times in a row, but this episode today, our adventurers are going to be wandering through the churches of a very interesting fae. Perhaps they may or may not have fallen into without knowing. Get things out of the way real quick. Remember that we have most of them. Yeah. Do we have any paid shows this week, Chris?
This week coming up, yes, because we were off last week.
Is, as well as Pines Game on Tuesday. Pines Game being at 7:30?
7:30.
7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mini Paints and Chills also at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And two of these lovely individuals, they're this way on my Zoom call, but they're this way on the screen, which is very fun, are going to be in a new campaign with me DMing on Friday. We also have the lovely Kelly and Words joining us as we dive into a new adventure of a homebrew campaign that is written by yours truly. And these two characters playing absolutely chaotic nut jobs that we're just going to be wandering through the world with. But nonetheless, I think that's the majority of our stuff. Dungeon Brawl, if you guys forgot, is going to be running bi-weekly. So next Saturday there will not be another Dungeon Brawl, but the Saturday after there will be, with a whole new setup crew, minus myself still. So you may see some of these faces again, you may see different ones. Who knows? I think it's a wonderful idea. But if I think that's all we have, so let's jump into today's episode of Dungeon Brawl. So the three of you, teammate, John Sareva, Bomb, you've all been traveling, wandering from city to city, looking for work as you're moving and exploring the world around you. However, as of late, you've had a little bit of a time wandering through a forest. The path is not a major road, but still well-traveled. The road is straight, winds a little bit around geographical spots, and eventually it's a bit more. You wander, the trees grow taller, their branches starting to line of the top of you. Brambles on the side of the road begin to grow thicker and taller. On this road, each of you on your road find yourselves rolling around. The road itself is getting darker, denser, deeper, muddy. Eventually, these and these brambles are growing so tall as to obscure the sky from your vision. The twists start becoming tighter and faster, such that you can't see where you're going. So you barely see 20 feet of road ahead of you. You can sky above you. It's getting a little bit dark, save for the sunlight that seems to pass through. Eventually, you hear footsteps. Each of you hearing footsteps growing closer and closer. This is odd, given you are in what is now a very dense. Eventually, you see a clearing in all the brambles are so tight, trees so high, block out any other sight and vision. But you keep moving forward. Eventually, you all reach a single tree and see in front of you three different people. Like the tree. How would you all like to tree? Starting with Chris.
Yeah, let's open up after you first. I gotta flex my DM skills to get descriptive here again. Oh, jeez. I'm rusty, hold on. Not literally, although So before you stands a rather sizable, fully armored figure, clad in plate, whose eyes are sort of, you know, small glowing bits from within the helm that you can see looking over, you know, in everyone's direction as we all meet up here. The other notable thing that you would immediately notice about Bazam is the sound of a low, sort of constant hum that sort of just exists around them. Sort of increasing in pitch and intensity whenever they move. Just sort of they have this passive sound that just emanates from them. But otherwise, no distinguishing features, fully armored, wielding on their back, a bow, and that's it. No items, no backpack, no pouches, no nothing.
Alright. Haley, go on, Soreva.
You see a tall man. His skin is like very pale, more on the gray side. He has long white wavy hair that flows down, and then the other side is all braided. He has tattoos all over his face that flow down onto his arms and throughout his body and stuff. And he has like white clouded over eyes and covered in like furs and stuff like that.
Last but not least.
So you see a Fire Genasi who's on the taller side, very built. With like a number of sort of like things that blend between tattoos and scarring. They are wearing like not minimal clothing, but you know they're not no armor, any of that, pants, but instead of like proper shirt, they have like complicated harness with like all their bags and weapons attached. And while like they should be intimidating, they have just like a weird cocky smile going on. But you know, the glowing eyes gives them that look.
Three of you all now in this clearing kind of walk forward towards it. See each other, realizing behind each of you the brambles grow taller, walking your
Do you know where we are? Or are you both as lost as I am?
Well, Cremate turns to look behind them with the brambles. I'm going to go with yes, most likely.
This place is not familiar to us either.
The voice that you hear coming from Bazam sounds almost like it's echoing a small bit, like where the voice is emanating from is bouncing around a little bit as it comes forth.
all catch your bearing. You hear just off the wood, though you can't pinpoint which direction.
Are either of you missing a child?
Definitely not.
Can't say I am.
It seems we are not alone here.
Laughter grows a little bit louder. Here, deliberate. Eventually, it becomes a little bit more forced. Hell, coming from the direction kind of out of the 3 points that you would all entered from, it's coming from the opposite side of the town. Eventually, you see a small child. Dark, simple, ragged brown clothing, ashen skin, and dark brown hair, and a wild and afraid monster. They sit there smiling at you. They look.
Hey kid, you lost?
Now. And the voice seems a little bit disjointed, almost echoey.
Do you know the way out?
Yeah. And you see them reach behind their back, both hands. With one hand, they pull out a scroll of paper, and the other, they pull out a small knife. They just turn to the tree and just violently stab the paper into the tree, leaving the knife embedded in the bark. They just turn around, look at you, and just they just bolt into the brambles, almost kind of moving with them and through them, rather than pushing past them.
Interesting.
Probably. Creepy.
Maybe it's gonna go up and try and read this on paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I can, I want to look at the knife.
Okay, so which one of you's taking the knife out of the tree?
Me.
Okay.
I went to the knife.
So Jan, reach and grab the knife and kind of pull it out, handing the paper off to the teammate. It's a very rudimentary knife, almost like it's rough fitted, roughly forged, so very nice. The handle is unfinished wood, partially held together by small rivets.
It's my knife now. That might not be the best idea, but it's my knife now.
Are you reading the paper?
Yes.
Find scrawled on it seems to be charcoal and a child's handwriting. Oh, am I quiet? Hold on. I can fix that. I am now very loud. This is the reason why I need to be able to hear myself, but I can't hear myself because that's disorienting. We're getting back into the swing of things, it's fine. Alright, so on the paper in the child's handwriting, you find a small poem. Forward, right, left, leaving so deft, rounds a corner, falling somewhere foreigner, leap across the bound, run through the pond, fall face forward, leave to get your loot. I'm going to send that in Discord for all of you to view.
Oh, thank goodness.
And now that my microphone is turned up, you can probably now hear the click-clacks of my keyboard.
Clicky clack clacks.
Alright, there it is. So, as you read this, probably Bazam being the first one, you would notice behind you the paths that were previously blocked have now, one of them is opened up. And you see a different path than what you originally took, but winding through the woods, going the other way.
It seems we are meant to follow.
Yeah, that's what I was picking up.
There's nowhere else to go.
Yeah,
Might as well.
let's go with it.
Alright, so you all begin walking forward along this path. The brambles and the trees and the bushes still blocking any sight or any path outside of this. And eventually you come to another small clearing, this one a bit smaller than the one prior, with tall grass kind of interspersed around the entire thing. And you do see 3 paths branching off around the clearing. One immediately in front of you, one to the left, and one to the right.
I guess we go right?
That's what I was thinking. Assuming that the path we took here counts as forward.
Well, it was the only path we were able to take, correct?
Yes, but then I wonder if that was technically before the start of what we need to do, or we need to go forward now. That would be complicating things. Maybe we should just go right.
Yeah, I vote go right.
We will follow as well.
Alright. So you all begin making your way through the clearing, passing through the tall grass. Nary a Pokemon in sight, oddly enough. And you take this right-hand path. Similarly to the first one, it kind of winds and snakes through the woods for a bit, kind of obscuring your vision of anything that may be on the other side, or after a while, the path and clearing that you had behind you. But as you approach the end, you do see another clearing. This one, shorter grass, rocks, and a couple patches of small flowers dot the landscape. And you see a similar path forward, a path to the right, and a path to the left.
I assume we should go left.
Before we do, can I look at the flowers?
Yeah. There's a small patch of dandelions, some wildflowers off to the side. I don't know many flower names off the back of my hand right now. There's some dragon lilies.
Can I pick a dragon lily and put it in my hair?
Yes, you may.
Yay!
You very carefully pluck one out of the ground. Just kind of thread it into your hair behind your ear. Right. You now have a flower.
Bazam turns, suddenly very interested. Very nice.
Thank you.
And
You want one too?
I believe we do. And wanders over, kneels down, and puts a hand out above the flowers. And from within the workings of the gauntlet, a number of bees pop out and start fiddling all over those flowers. Not picking any off, but just doing their bee things. For a moment.
That's what you said. It's just... It's
Is it?
just it's just bees. I
Is it
love
just bees?
It's just bees.
Yeah. It's just bees.
Bees?
Yeah, I said
Okay.
Warforged earlier because there's no race that lets you just be a swarm of bees piloting a suit of armor.
Listen, my friend would be very happy about this. My friend
That's
plays.
certainly not what's happening here.
My
I
friend
follow-
plays a. Sorry, a bag full of rats.
Amazing.
Oh, you mean like the magic item that I picked?
Oh, God.
No, I did not pick the bag of rat.
Okay.
I picked the bag of bees if they had it.
I'll homebrew you a bag of bees, Chris. Don't worry. Alright. Now that you've acquired nectar, pollen, and you have acquired a flower, are you all heading down... What did you want, the right path this time? Or the left path?
Left path.
Left path. Alright. Walk forward and begin meandering down this path, sneaking through the trees. And eventually, you end up in yet another clearing. This one populated seemingly mostly by low, dry grass and lots of heavy stone. Some little pebbles, some range into the size of like a watermelon.
So the next thing says leaving cell death. Did I say that right? What does that mean? Do we see any paths?
Yes, there is a path forward, a path to the left, and a path to the right, as with the prior openings.
Anything different about the various paths, or a different shape the patch could be in?
No, they're all roughly just probably about 6 foot wide openings between the trees with a slightly downtrodden dirt path leading through them. Similar to the last 3 you've seen.
Apart from the plants, are there any other signs of life in the area? Like, do we hear, like, wildlife or, like, birds chirping in the distance or anything?
Yeah, if you pay attention, you can hear the distant sound of a few birds as they flutter through the trees. You occasionally hear what sounds like a small animal scurrying through the forest, but nothing substantial.
Nah. I have something I could try to do, but I don't think I want to waste it, because I don't think it would yield anything here. I'm gonna guess there's no footsteps or anything. Like footprints, I mean, not footsteps. Footprints, like, clearly marking that, like, there's been people traveling here, right? Like, just looking around, I would assume there's none of that because we're walking through grass.
Make a survival check. Mr. Ranger Boy.
Yeah, Daddy has a +7 to that. I don't know who Daddy is, but...
Please don't refer to yourself as Daddy during...
The bees are daddy.
The bees are Daddy. That's
Which is
someone's
funny,
kink.
because the bees are led by a queen. That's a 13 total, a 6 + 7.
Nice. Good first roll of the day. You do not find any visible footprints.
Yeah, I didn't think I would.
This is the real stream content to have right here. Give a
You know, it
puzzle to
doesn't
everyone.
say. It doesn't say how many times we're supposed to rinse and repeat that forward, right, left. So there's a chance that we're supposed to just keep doing that. Because the instructions don't say anything about boulders.
Leaving so down.
Rounds a corner. We could do the process again, I suppose.
I don't know. Like, the only thing I think is just like when I think leaving, I think like just like going forward, but I don't know.
Because unless that's just to rhyme, and then the next thing is rounds a corner, and we'd have to have a corner to round.
Maybe forward.
Or sure, why not?
Oh god.
All right, so you guys are heading straight ahead.
Yes.
All right. In the same method that you've used so many times already, you walk forward, following the winding path as it sneaks through the trees. And eventually you come out to the other side, the sunlight beaming in front of you, and you see a field of short dry grass with stones strewn throughout it. And as you sit there and stare at it for a moment, you realize this is the exact same field that you just came from, the exact same direction you just came from.
Great.
I'm gonna take an arrow out and just jam it into the ground.
All right. You have an arrow stuck in the dirt.
Want to go left?
Might as well. And if that doesn't work, then right.
Yeah.
Shane, I figured it out.
Did you now?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything. But
What's the fun of that? I spent a whole 30 minutes coming up with this riddle.
well, it didn't take me 30 minutes to figure it out.
Good. I'm glad. That would have been concerning. I did playtest this, kind of.
Puzzles for toddlers.
Oh, good thing for Shane that I can't solve puzzles even for toddlers.
Hey, this one's easier than the snake riddle, okay?
Which way did you
Listen.
say we were picking this time?
Left.
Okay.
Listen, if you have the answer because you figured it out, you can share with the class.
Chris has the answer. Bazam does not have the answer.
Well,
Who has the highest
If-
intelligence
if
score
it's
here?
It better not be me.
wait, what was that?
Who's the highest intelligence? And I'm like, it can't be me.
Oh, I don't think it's me.
It's Bazam.
Hell yeah!
I better figure it out then.
uh,
Look, two barbarians with you. You're expecting us to solve a puzzle?
Oh, this is
You're
great.
That's the best idea.
The Warforged Ranger is the key to all of our problems.
The bees are smarter than us.
As a collective, probably.
Yes.
You are in fact correct. Bazam does have the highest intelligence. Amazing. Alright, so you're all heading left?
Sure.
yes.
Yes.
Alright. You, with this new marker placed in the ground, you make your way to the leftward path. And again, winding and snaking. Getting a little bit dark as you go in there and you think, oh shit, where's the sun going? And eventually you come out the other side to see another field, another opening. This one populated densely by flowers.
We didn't come from here. Or is it the same place that I picked the flowers from?
No, this is like a full-on field of flowers. This is different than any field you had seen prior.
Okay. And it's just forward, left, and right.
Yep. As with every clearing you've seen so far. Another path forward, a path leftward, and a path right.
We do not need to proceed any further. We shall remain here for a while.
And just sort of squats down and, you know, sort of lets the head hang, and just a swarm of bees just spreads out over the area.
I was just about to ask if it was because of the flower. Makes sense.
This is the best day Bazam has had in a long fucking time, let me tell you what.
The field of flowers. You guys hear the loud, swarming buzz just.
So question. So what kind of bees? Is it like those like really cute like fuzzy bees? Like,
Oh, super fuzzy. They're like, they're more towards reddish than like the proper yellow. But yeah, big, fuzzy, striped. Just the bumbliest of bees.
the best bees. Okay.
Yep, and they once they're done, they come a flying back, staggering and drunkenly. As after a few minutes, they've done what they need to do. Them flowers are pollinated, y'all.
Doing your duty to maintain the beauty of nature. Alright, now that you've had your brief respite, whatever.
Respite.
Your brief respite in this field of flowers as you watch a swarm of bees descend upon the whole field. What would you like to do?
So it says rounds a corner. So either left or right, I guess. I see you smiling. I know I'm wrong.
I feel like if I say the correct direction now, it'll give it away.
I don't know why you guys are letting
You're
me.
part of the crew who is solving the puzzle.
I know, but like,
Letting me make the choices is the worst thing ever.
We've already struggled with this. Kaylee and Kelly did not have a good time with the last puzzle.
No,
Okay, we
I
have
don't
to-
know why you throw puzzles at me.
It'll all be combat. I get bored of combat.
okay, that's a natural 20 on my die. Zom says
you.
right.
Okay.
Alright.
So you all take the rightward path, wandering
Yeah,
through this field of flowers.
Moving forward without actually saying anything, just, you know, sort of standing back up and just like doing that like leaning walk where you're like leaning into it almost as if the wind is pushing you back. Like that's the sort of movement that they're going. Straight
Okay.
off into that right path.
I just like to imagine that Bazam moves like a puppet. It really amuses me.
I did give them a strength of 5 because I don't imagine bees pushing around the inside of armor is very strong.
Perfect. Perfect.
I love that.
Like how strong are a swarm of bees? Probably a 5.
Like functional. Not great, but functional.
No, luckily I have we have 2 barbarians with us, so
You're the
in case it
muscle.
comes
You're
to
the
it.
brains of the operation.
The literal hive mind.
Apparently. Did not see it coming out this way, but yeah.
You're obviously not the muscle.
But yeah, no, Shane, we're going right.
Okay. So, rinse and repeat. You follow the rightward path. And you end up in another clearing. This one just open, short, dry grass. With a path forward, a path left, and a path right.
I believe we have made a mistake. We should turn back.
We made a mistake.
There are no flowers here.
Is this all you care about?
So if we keep on
No,
going,
but it's a
we
big
might-
priority.
If we keep on going, we might be able to find more flowers.
Or are you trying to get us to where the paper is describing, or are you trying to find flowers?
Probably the second one.
The paper mentioned a reward. We can only imagine the reward is flowers. So it's a bit of a column A, column B situation, I imagine. But no, that's
Calling it all those flowers. You need to find.
that's a role playing choice. We did not choose incorrectly. We are going correctly forward.
Okay.
I do want to give y'all a chance to like figure it out.
Listen, it's not gonna happen for me, dude.
I just look, we went forward, right, left, left, right. That's our total map from where we've gone so far.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
What is the next one? After we did the first line, forward, right, left, then we went left, then right.
Then is it forward?
Is it, but why?
'Cause
Why would
you're-
it be forward?
Because we're reversing the previous steps. I still don't know why. This doesn't make sense. I tried analyzing it like a poem, like I learned getting my English degree, and nothing happened. That's a lie. I dropped out of my English degree.
It is forwards, but it's not because we're doing the first line backwards. Even though we are doing the first line backwards, it's not because of that. That's not what keyed me into it being correct. We should continue on. This spot is unfavorable.
No flowers.
I want to cast Locate Object and send off a few bee scouts into the surrounding area and just be concentrating on that. So, like,
What would you like to locate?
flowers, bro.
Flowers. There are no flowers in the immediate vicinity.
Well, I'll be concentrating on it for 10 minutes as we go.
Okay.
So just feel free to give me those sweet, sweet updates whenever you got them.
It's the only reason you took that spell.
No, I picked all my spells before we got in here. The only thing I hadn't picked before we started was my fucking rare item, because I forgot we were supposed to get it.
Alright.
If you have to know, it was the bag of beans.
The bag of beans.
One of my favorite items. I have an old school copy from the Encyclopedia Magica from 2nd edition that has different bean things than the 5th edition one. It's so great.
Hell yeah. Alright. So you're all heading forward now?
We are.
Alright. And cross this dry field of grass and begin walking along the dirt path immediately opposite of you. And it snakes for a little bit, and eventually you find yourself in a smaller clearing this time. Only about 20 feet across, with just plain green grass, a couple small wildflowers that you detect, Zom, as you kind of make almost like halfway through this path. They seem to just kind of pop up on your radar. Feels like you should have seen this coming further away, but you didn't.
How strange.
But otherwise, you find yourself in this small little clearing, and the paths ahead of you all have small bushes, only about like 1.5 feet tall. They're blocking all 3 paths in front of you. However, they're not impassable. We're not video game characters. We can step over small objects.
Oh no, a small ledge. However will we get down?
However, there are 3 hedges.
Leap across the bound? So we just start skipping.
Alright, well, you skipping too.
No, I was kidding.
Are they the same kind of bushes, each one?
Yeah. There's no discernible difference to you with your intelligence of a 12.
Can I take an action to stab the bush?
You want to stab the bush.
Listen, I don't know. This is all weird.
Alright.
Oh no, you've encountered an enemy swarm of bees.
You draw your weapon. You pull back and begin to swing. And you swing through and hit the bush.
Oh no,
And
our
you cut
mortal
a branch
enemy.
off.
Wasps.
Poke it. My worst fear.
You do, in fact, poke the bush. And
Okay.
it is a bush.
Got
Unsurprisingly.
a vault over a bush. We just have to figure out what bush we're vaulting over.
At least that one is not dangerous.
So
Do
you
you
think.
rinse and repeat again?
Do you want me to keep on stabbing the bushes?
No, I meant the path directions.
Oh.
What do you hope to gain from attacking the bushes?
This is all really weird. You never know. There might be something in the bush.
Understandable.
I thought so.
Sometimes it is useful to be violent.
You glitched out right when you said violent, and that was a little bit cool.
It's okay, I imagine that... See, if I had my voice changer working, literally this whole thing would be robot voice. Or at least whenever I'm choosing to speak in character.
We'll make it work, don't worry.
So we hop over the bushes?
Which one? There's still a path forward, left, and right. Each one has a bush in front of it.
We imagine that if we split up, that 2 of us would likely return to this spot, and 1 of us would continue forward. The 2 who return to the same spot would know by default what the correct path is.
Should we try one at a time? Or all at once?
We will attempt first.
Oh, okay.
I'll take the right path.
Alright.
And by that I don't mean the correct path, I mean the right path.
The right path. I just automatically give you the answer. You found the loophole. Alright. You wander along the rightmost path, and you all see as Bazam just forward and down the path, and you hear their footsteps disappear slowly off into the distance. And you start hearing them again. But behind you this time. As eventually you turn around and you see Bazam appear out of the opening behind you.
Great, that was incorrect. I'll go forward this time.
All right.
I literally want to vault the bush. I don't want to step over it. I am leaping.
Acrobatics check.
Cremate.
I'm an athlete. That's all I care about.
And then a
Cremate
hand comes out of the bush.
Yeah, just all of a sudden, just Cremate takes off at a sprint and just nice, perfect hurdler style, just right over top of the bush. You see them dash off, and eventually you hear the footsteps just disappear in front of you, and you hear behind you as Cremate runs face first into Bazan.
Alright, left it is, guys.
You hear like a gong when you run into.
More of a surprised buzzing.
Yeah, there's just a metallic boom, and then suddenly a lot of bees just
Okay.
I guess I'll hop over and head to the left.
Alright, just you, or is the whole crew going?
We might as well all go.
Yeah.
Alright. You all hop over the bush one by one, some more gracefully than others, and wander down the path. And eventually, as the tree line breaks, you are faced with another small clearing, an entrance forward, left, and right, and in the very dead center is a small pond.
Well,
So I guess we run through it, right?
through it, yes. Can I tell how deep the pond is?
Yeah, it's about like 3 feet deep at its deepest.
I just remember your fire genasi.
I can touch water though, right?
Only one way to find out. No, you would know. You can go through water pretty easily. It's just not your favorite experience.
Yeah.
It gets real steamy, I imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it turns into a
I
sauna.
was just like, I would know whether or not I played a character who's allergic to water.
And so yeah, I don't imagine that you're a
Jacuzzi!
Charmander who dies if your hair fire goes out. Like,
That would be a hell of a twist. The big bad uses create water. All of a sudden, your fire genasi dies.
right, but in the same vein, I'm literally a swarm of bees, so I also don't want to go through this water.
Well, you know what the riddle says.
I have found your one weakness.
Oh, ooh, you're gonna get like waterlogged, aren't you? Like your bees can probably fill up the top part mostly, but then like your bottom part's just gonna be like all.
Yeah, man. So I picked having 2 levels of fighter so that I didn't have to take a feat in order to wear heavy armor because I wanted plate armor. But the level 7 swarm keeper ranger gets like literally a 10-foot flying speed. So I kind of wish in this specific moment, I wish I had gone that route when building this character. But I did not, so I don't have a 10-foot flying speed. Trying to think of a way out of this.
As you deliberate this, you guys hear just ribbit, and you notice a small frog just kind of hopping along the edge of the pond. Ribbit.
It's just a frog, just a random frog.
Hanging out.
And it's like the only creature that we've seen other than that creepy little kid.
More or less.
Yeah.
And a swarm of bees.
I mean,
Technically. Man, because I didn't tell Shane about this either. Like, that'd be so funny if he had if somebody else had like locate ants and plants and animals, and it's like, well, you're getting pinged by the ranger there.
As soon as you said
They're setting off your
Warforged,
spell.
as soon as you said Warforged Swarm Keeper, I was like, I know something's in that suit of armor.
Yeah. Yeah, it's either squirrels or bees. There's no other choice.
Rolled by bee squirrels.
No, but I am gonna cast my one use per day of speak with animals, and I'm gonna send out a small squad to go talk to this frog real quick.
Just a little fighter squadron. Just. Zzz. Alright.
Yeah,
You're
and there's enough of them to where if one of them gets like snapped up by the tongue, they can all fucking murk this guy.
This is the level of microscopic warfare that we've acquired.
Yeah.
This big little planet in a nutshell. Alright. Your small little group of bees just
Oh.
and,
Yeah.
and hover nearby a small frog.
Yes. Fuck. I don't know if... I'm assuming this is a regular frog and not like a fucking awakened or fey frog or anything. I'm just gonna ask him if he knows the correct... Or them. Not gonna assume this frog's fucking gender here. I'm gonna ask the frog if they know if they know anything about the correct path through here.
Alright. As you query the frog, you just hear its voice. All of you just hear ribbit, ribbit. But the bees here. Ai Simwai. Alapatoy? Yeah.
What the fuck did that frog just say to me?
You don't know.
Does it speak Fae?
Okay, but do you want to look at my list of languages there, Shane? Because I picked the most animal-similar languages that I could. Both Sylvan and Elvish are in there. So unless this frog is speaking like amphibious draconic, I don't know what's going on.
You do have Sylvan, so you do hear in Sylvan. Hello there. How are you doing?
We are fine. We have recently stumbled across a rather wonderful meadow, but we've received a task upon a piece of dead tree that tells us to move through these woods here to get a reward. We were just wondering if you knew the correct way, which of these paths would lead us further into the wood and not have us constantly cycle back here.
Well, I don't really know. I just mostly stick to my pond here.
Have you never seen anyone come through here?
I don't know.
Do you know if there are any flowers around?
Flowers. I can't say I've seen any flowers. I mostly pay attention to the pond, though. Pond's pretty good.
Are there any flowers in your pond?
No, not really.
Tragic. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your pond.
No problem. I hope you find a task or whatever you're looking for.
Keeping a wary eye on him that he doesn't nab one of the bees as they're leaving.
He just hops away. And just kind of wanders around the pond. And he's here as he jumps into the water.
The amphibian was less than helpful.
Well, Bumble Buddy, you want to ask the trees? I vote we just walk through this pond and then figure it out from there.
Is there a way around the pond to get to?
You gotta walk through the pond. That's what the paper says.
The pond is not all-encompassing. There is plenty of grass around it to walk around.
Yeah, but we gotta run through it. That's what the dead tree says.
Doesn't say around the pond, it says through the pond.
We shall wait here to see if running across the water is necessary.
So once we run across the water, do we go like forward, left, right?
We went left last time, and the time before that we went forward. So maybe we go right.
Point of order, we went forward last time.
Forward last time? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, I thought we tried forward
Went
first, and that didn't work. No, I tried forward.
Oh no, we did go
I went
go left last time.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
went forward, right, left.
I forgot where in the poem we were.
So
Yes,
right?
we went left last time.
Fine. I'll go first. So I run through the pond and then I turn right.
Alright. You dash straight ahead towards the water.
Try to
And
avoid the frog.
At first it's easy, and then after it gets about you get closer to the deeper part of the pond where it's about 3 feet deep. It's a little tough to run in 3-foot deep water, but eventually you break free off the other side of the pond. And you said you're going right?
Yeah.
Alright. You round around the pond and dash into the pathway, eventually weaving your way through. And for those of you at the back, you hear their wet footsteps just against the dirt, and they just fade into the background. And you don't really hear anything change. You don't hear them coming up behind you.
The forest ate me. Remember me well.
Alright. So I'll go right. Cremate will run through the pond and also follow their direction.
Alright. Take off and dash through the pond as well. This, as you walk, a small trickle of steam erupting around your body. Not enough to obscure your vision, but definitely kind of that, like, ambient little bit of steam coming off like a hot pot of soup. And eventually, you see the frog actually hop out of the water away from you. And you yourself, as you exit the pond, uncomfortable now and cold, run through the path, and you go off following the tree line, wandering into the distance. Bazam, you hear their footsteps, wet against the dirt, fade off into the distance. And they do not appear.
Can I get around the pond and still make it to that?
Yes.
Or
you
do I
can.
actually have to go over it? Okay, yeah, I'm not fucking going through the water.
The real
I'm not
thing
trying to
is-
die here. I'm a bunch of metal and bees. Like, even me being creative, there is no way that I can think of for this to fucking work in me trying to get across a body of water.
You're obviously magic bees. Is it stated on your character sheet you die if you're submerged in water?
No, I have Warforged as my stats, but like, fucking, I'm trying to be realistic here in a D&D game.
Trying to be realistic with your swarm of bees piloting a robot.
Yep, I sure am. No, I'm going around the water. Fuck that.
I feel like
Let's see if it's important for me to have touched the water, if I catch up with them or not.
I feel like there should be a rule in 5e about swimming with heavy armor, but I can't think of it off the back of my hand. I think you're already at a disadvantage wearing heavy armor and trying to swim. You should be. Wearing chainmail and swimming is not a good time. Nonetheless, Zom, you just casually lumber your way along the edge of the pond and through the rightmost path. And you walk into the distance. And eventually, Jan, you come to another clearing. An open, low grass clearing with a deep crevice carved in the middle. Not blocking the path to any of the 3 paths ahead of you. Just in the dead center of the clearing, a large crevice about 2 feet wide. Or probably 3 feet wide. And eventually, one by one, Cremate shows up behind you, and Bazam shows up behind them.
Did you go through the water?
We did not. We found it was not necessary.
Why the fuck is that in the riddle then?
Well, if you didn't like the water, then you're not gonna like what's in the riddle next.
Alright. I
He
vote
points
to
down.
see if this works. We shove Bubble Buddy face first in the ground. Don't hurt him. It's only a couple feet.
The crevice is 3 feet wide. You
how
cannot
deep?
see how deep it is.
Ah.
Man, if only I,
I-
had that fucking flying speed though, damn.
Is there like a rock or something on the
Yeah.
ground?
You can find like a very small stray rock about like yay big.
Yeah, I'm gonna toss it in.
Alright. Grab a little rocks. And eventually it fades into nothing.
Great.
It seems that the instructions are not literal. For we made it here without touching the water. Perhaps falling through the crevice is not necessary either.
Well, I figure we might have to descend down it, possibly. Unless you just want to go pick a new direction.
No, we shall proceed forwards.
Can we walk around the hall?
Yeah, there is a pathway around it, and it's only about 3 feet wide. If you wanted to, you could just jump over it. Well, maybe not Bazam. I don't know actually if you're with your negative strength modifier.
Probably not.
I don't know if your long jump distance is that far.
I have a feeling your dexterity is not very high either.
Dex is a 17.
Oh wow. You big pile of bees or dexterity.
The coordination of the hive mind. Don't question it.
Yeah. All of my stats are pretty solid. Strength is a 5, charisma is an 11, everything else is 14 or above. I ended up with 2 17s and an 18, but they're not useful.
See, my highest thing's a 16, my lowest is a 12. I kind of just got very middle range everything.
I actually spent a few minutes because D&D Beyond's character builder lets you roll like 46, drop the lowest when you're on your abilities page. They added a dice rolling area where you can save sets of 6 stats that you roll and like choose where to put them and like reset it, or have multiple sets of 6 so you can pick which one you like. And I had one that was like a 6, a 7, and a 9, and then some high stuff, and I was like, no. But I think I,
Need some dump stats up in here.
yeah.
My dump stat's technically intelligence, but still a +1.
Nice.
Oh, it must be nice to have a +1 in intelligence. Oh,
We have, Houston, we have a
Sorry.
problem.
Uh-oh.
it was me. It was me. I forgot to plug in my phone when we started streaming. There you go. It's fixed.
Well, it's
got
fixed,
it.
but now you are out of order for some ungodly reason.
I'm so sorry.
Let me refresh, maybe?
If it's in
Oh,
Zoom,
now everyone knows my last
in
name.
Zoom, we're ordered by when we join.
Ah, shiitake mushrooms.
So the way we would do it is we have to those of us who are still here have to exit out and then rejoin in the order that we originally joined.
That's a lot of effort comparatively to I'm just gonna grab you all and just kind of. Oh wait,
This is a thing that we learned back in our Tuesday night game. Because we just make sure that we always join in the same order.
I can fix this. Don't worry. I have technological capabilities. There we go. It's fixed again. Hell yeah. I'm a genius. I know.
Darn.
Alright. So what are you guys up to? Forward? Alright. You carefully navigate around the crevice and begin forward along the path that's presented to you. And after a small time wandering along this curvy path, you do find yourself at another entrance to another clearing. And as you walk forward, you see something more interesting, something a bit different. There's a statue in the dead center of this clearing. A large kind of stone, but crystals embedded in it at haphazard places. Statue of a knight with a sword in front of it. As well as a small dog-like creature with large pointed ears, a long tentacle-like tail with a small bulb at the end. And as you walk forward, it just looks up at you and it's like, huh?
Oh, I thought you were saying the dog was part of the statue.
No, this is an actual dog.
Oh wow.
And as you look at it from the distance, you do see that raises its head. There's a small key attached to a collar.
Well, speak with animals only lasts 10 minutes, so that's definitely already passed. I have no way to help.
Alright. Is the dog on the pedestal, or is it like on the floor level?
It is on the ground in front of the statue.
Okay. I'm gonna crouch down, stick the back of my hand out as you do, and go, what? That's cat noise, I'm sorry. And like kind of go to reach and see if the dog reacts. Is it friendly to me? Does it flinch away?
It just kind of cocks its head as you gently approach it. Just looks.
Come here, boy. Just trying to get it to like let me pet it so I can go and reach the key. Come on.
Just sits there, staring at you. You see its eyes are kind of like solid black with flecks of purple in them.
Alright. Go to reach for his little key.
As you reach for the key, all of a sudden just dog disappears, reappears further back into the clearing, back by what you now see as an ornate metal gate through the only available path. And as you walk forward, or as you lean forward, you just hear and looking up, you see a sword that was once placed tipped down into the statue's podium has now been pulled free. The statue begins lumbering and shaking off dust. It walks towards you. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh.
Break time. So, for those of you watching, we will be back. Give us like probably in about 15-20 minutes. And we'll see you then. Stay safe. Have fun listening to the music. And welcome back, everyone. So, I hope everyone got snacks. They got the drinks. We're staying hydrated. Hydrate. And as we roll right back into the game, I would like everyone, as this statue begins pulling itself free from the podium that it stands upon, and you see the dog reappearing back further throughout the realm. I'd like everyone to roll initiative.
Yeah, thought you'd say
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Damn.
I realized I didn't prepare battle music, so you guys get this fun elvish music for those who are listening to the music itself.
Say we can't hear any music.
I still haven't fully. I mean, I figured out how to do music to both Zoom and to the stream. However, part of it is I don't know if anyone wants, like, because you wouldn't be able to change the volume independent of me, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it would just be me and the music. You can only turn it up and down. So either or. All right, since we only have 3 people, Jan, what did you get?
14.
14. All right, cremate.
8.
8. And Bazam.
15.
15. The bees are ready for combat with the highest initiative roll of the whole thing.
Damn.
All right. Well, Bazam, as you see this statue begin to lumber forward and pull itself free from its podium, dust and plaster shaking off of it, what would you like to do?
Oh man. Oof. I'm going to. I'm going to sort of the Bazam shakes their arms, sort of like whipping them into motion a couple times before the hands sort of peel back from the wrists, and this viscous honey-colored liquid gloops off and lands in a 20-foot square around the statue because I went ahead and cast web.
All right. And that's just, I believe that's what, difficult terrain?
Each creature that starts its turn in the webs or enters them during its turn must make a dex save. On a fail, they are restrained until they break free.
Spicy.
Which they would have to do by using their action.
All right. Do you guys see this veil of honey-colored honey? Let's call it what it is.
Is honey.
Sprays out of Zom's hands, just kind of lands in this big glob, kind of coating and dripping off the statue as it continues kind of lumbering forward. You see it reach behind its back for a small buckler shield made of similar, just hard, heavy granite. It does seem to slow it down a little bit.
We do not believe this construct is friendly.
All right.
Thanks.
Do we have any
Good to know.
fucking bonus actions?
Hunter's Mark.
I didn't take Hunter's Mark. I did take the variant form of it,
Okay.
which is the favored foe.
Here,
But
my
that
favorite foe.
happens when I hit with an attack roll, which I did not do.
Ah, all right. So if that is all.
Yeah.
All right. This brings us to Jan. All right, you guys are about probably a total of 30 feet away from this statue as it lumbers forward. Remate being about probably 10 feet in front of it.
Okay. Well, so there's like, it's like covered in honey now, right?
More or less, yeah. It's kind of dripping off
In
of
the
it.
lake. Okay.
On the ground for about
Is there-
10 feet. A 10 feet radius around it is also covered in honey.
Okay. So I know my speed is only 40 feet, but is there any way I can swing around it?
Quick math in my head. Your speed is how much?
40 feet.
40 feet.
Or if I can't, I'm fine with going straight up to it.
You could, I mean, depending
I
on
kind of
if you,
avoid that honey.
the honey is all around it, I'm assuming, because you centered it on.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say I centered it on it. Let's say that I hit it in the front end of it, and that it spreads mostly behind it.
Okay. So the curtain of honey hits the statue and then sprays off towards the back, towards the Blake dog, which kind of just goes just sits there.
Oh, I forgot the dog was there. Hold on, does the dog get caught by the honey?
No, it doesn't hit. It does not hit the dog, but the dog just kind of like.
Oh, I feel like the dog would probably enjoy that very much.
You see it kind of like eyeing the honey.
honey.
No, but it's like peanut butter, but you know.
Oh, the dog's having a good time.
Yes. Okay, so there's a clear path right up to it, but like 10 feet to either side, there's honey kind of sprayed out.
Okay, well I'll go on the side that doesn't have as much honey.
That would be its face.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's just
Head on.
basically if you imagine a plane of where that statue is, just that and back for like 20 feet is honey.
Cool. Okay. So I'm gonna run up to it and I'm going to attack. Can I rage first as a
Yes.
bonus action?
You may rage.
Yeah.
I would like to rage.
Okay. I am gonna go and attack first with my flame tongue scimitar.
All right, roll for your attack. As Jan rushes forward, drawing both of their blades out of their sheaths, and winds up for a large swing with this one as it lights a flame mid-arc.
Shit, okay. That is 19 to hit.
19 does hit.
Cool. Seven
Alright.
damage.
7 damage. And which type of damage is that?
Looks like it's slashing.
Slashing. And the flame tongue longsword I thought has something extra to it. Yeah, it's plus 2d6 fire damage.
Oh. So I have to roll again?
You have to roll, so it's 1d6 plus 4 for the regular slashing damage, and then 2d6 for your fire damage.
Oh, okay. Cool. I don't play Barbarian.
Well, that was more you don't use weapons that often.
I don't. I usually use spells.
Really bad.
7.
Fighting a statue.
7. So 7 plus 7?
No, I rolled 2d6, so a 5 and a 3.
Yes, but your slashing damage was a 7 also. Right?
Ah, yes. And then
Okay.
the second, the one I just rolled was fire damage.
Yes, so 14 damage total. As your scimitar swings up and slices through the front of it, chipping away at the granite and kind of melting a little bit of it, leaving a deep, dark, singed scar. What else?
And then with my other arm, with my other sitar,
Scimitar.
Sitar.
I pull out a sitar, play a little melody, and then bash it over the head.
No, a scimitar. I'm gonna go around and swing
Alright.
with the scimitar of vengeance.
Alright.
No. Well, I rolled a 1 plus 7, so I don't think that hits, right?
No, an 8 does not hit.
Ah.
As you swing forward, the shield kind of comes down and just smacks away your blade.
And that is
That is both your action and your reaction,
Yeah.
or action, bonus action, and your movement, so.
Yes.
Moving on to our third cremate.
Alright. Important question. Does Rage or Frenzy affect my ability to cast spells?
Yes, you cannot cast spells during rage.
During Rage? Noted.
I believe you can't concentrate on them either.
Yes, you cannot cast spells, and you break concentration the moment you go into a rage. Which makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
I've never played a barbarian before. I wanted to check. I thought that was true. I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing, judging by the distance from where else, I'm within 40 feet of it.
Yeah, you are about 15 feet away from it.
Well, it's not like. Alright, I'm going to. I think I'm gonna frenzy attack.
Frenzied attack.
Actually, I lied. I'm just gonna go into rage right now. I'm
Alright.
defensive.
You
Rage.
both rage, letting out battle cry as you run forward.
I run forward with my Morning Star, which I forgot, which is a vicious weapon. That's fun, and I'm gonna swing it.
Alright, roll for attack. As you rush forward, yelling at this creature, bringing the Morning Star up and swinging downward towards its stone body.
Ooh, this was not a good one for me. It's an 11 hit.
No, an 11 doesn't hit. As you swing your Morning Star down, it just kind of catches it and parries
Didn't
it with
think
the
so.
blade, just bouncing off of the blade, bouncing off your Morning Star. Ugh, words are hard today. Wow. Alright. As you bounce off of that, would you like to do anything else? Like, make your second attack, because you have multi-attack.
Oh, right. I'll just swing again.
Alright. Morning Star bounces off of the sword. You bring back the momentum, swinging up towards it, trying to hit it in the leg or groin or arm, whatever is closest available to it.
17.
A 17 just hits.
Yeah.
So roll for damage.
Good to know.
Alright, and that is 58.
Dog. You all hear my neighbor's dog barking very loudly.
10.
A little bit.
Like, rage, that's plus 2. So that's 12.
Yeah, it's the blink dog. 12 damage?
Yeah.
Alright. As you bounce your Morning Star off of the thing's sword, swinging, rotating, bringing the momentum back up, and bash it straight into the arm, taking a hefty chunk out of its arm, leaving some deep scratches and divots in the stone. Not bad for your first round. Alright. Would you like to do anything else? I don't think you have bonus action and action, so.
I'm good.
Alright. That'll bring us to our lovely stone friend.
Dex save.
Yes, a dexterity save. Which it's not very good at. But 7 minus 1 is 6.
Yeah, DC was 15. So it is restrained until it makes an action to break, uses its action to break free.
Alright. You see it kind of try to step forward, and you see its feet just kind of as they snap back down onto the podium. It just looks confused for a moment before shaking it off and swinging the longsword down towards Eon. So, and that's should be at disadvantage because of the restrained feature or condition, not feature. All right, and that's not looking good already. Oh no, it should be fine. Does a 17 hit?
It just hit.
All right. It brings its long sword down and does 11 slashing damage as it slams into the side of your armor. Kind of you have to kind of catch yourself and bounce back off of it. And it brings it back down and around to swing towards Cremate.
Wait, hold on. How is it using its action? It was restrained.
Restrained, I believe, only implies disadvantage, or is it not? Am I forgetting? We have this conversation like every fucking session, I swear to God.
Oh, hold on. Let me pull up conditions right here. Okay, yeah, no, it is just disadvantage. Sorry, I was thinking incapacitated. You're good. You're good. Continue. I'm stupid.
Disadvantage on attack rolls. Attack rolls have
Yep.
advantage. Disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. No, just checking. Alright, so 17 the first one. Ah, fuck. That's not good. I'm assuming a 9 does not hit against cremate.
It's not.
As it kind of lumbers and kind of loses its balance for a moment with its feet stuck against the podium. And it swings widely at you, and you just manage to kind of back up and dodge out of the way. The sword with it just swings heavily in front of you. And that is its turn. So that brings us right back to Bazam.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to bonus action Hail of Thorns, which is concentration up to a minute. Triggers the next time I hit with a ranged weapon attack. I'm going to pull out my longbow of warning and fire off 2 shots.
Your Bevo?
Mm-hmm. It's going to explode with bees.
Alright.
Ooh, okay. The first one is an 18 plus 6 is a 24.
That hits.
Second one is... Ooh, a nat 20. Look at that.
Alright, double your dice. So that's 2d8.
I was really hoping this would happen, and I didn't think it would. But my feat that I took is Piercer, which is one of those new ones. And when I crit, I deal an additional damage die instead of just it being double.
You get a bonus. Once per turn, you can reroll a piercing damage from an attack. On a crit, you can roll one additional. No, I believe it is.
Well, instead of it being 2 times, it's basically. It's like after it doubles, I get 1 additional one.
Yes, which it's. Remember, the way I normally do it is 2d. Like you roll double the dice, the amount of
Essentially,
dice.
yes.
You're not doubling the results. You're doubling the quantity.
Exactly.
So, in this case, 3d8.
Instead of it, yeah, it would be 3 instead of 2. Yeah.
And also,
okay.
your Hail of Thorns would trigger on the first one, not the crit.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
It would have been very spicy if you hit on the crit.
I don't have that type of luck. All right, so my first one is a D8 and a D10. All right. I haven't had to use actual dice in so long. Ooh, garbage. Okay, so my first one with the Hail of Thorns is 5 plus 3 is only 8.
All right.
But once per turn, I can re-roll one of those dice, and I'm going to re-roll the D8 that was a 1.
All right.
Which now became a 3, so now it's 10 total for that first one. Second one that gets 3d8 total is a little better. 4 plus 6 plus 7 is 17.
All right, so it was 11 and then 17?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's 28 total.
And that's it for me.
All right, you see in quick succession, with more speed than you normally see out of Zom. An arrow, they let loose an arrow. First one coming out, and as it arcs through the air, you just see there was a small pack of bees, a little swarm, attached to the arrow that just breaks off and hails Stinger first onto the statue. Unfortunately, the bees kind of bounce limply off of the statue's hardened rock exterior, but the arrow itself digs in, knocking a chunk of granite off the torso of the statue. The second arrow flying through the air, this time hitting its head and blasting kind of a chunk of marble right off of its forehead. He's looking not so hot. He's still standing, but he's taking some hits.
I'm sure he's a hot statue, okay?
All right, Zom, do you have anything else?
Nope. That was my action, bonus action. I'm not going to bother moving.
All right. Jan, as you recover from getting smacked upside the head with the statue's sword, what would you like
I'm
to do?
fine. I'm gonna go and gonna do the same thing over again. I'm gonna keep on whacking with the sitars.
All right.
Scimitars. I know, it's just I'm gonna be whacking him
You are
with a
not-
whole bunch of instruments.
You're not using an Asian instrument to beat the statue to death with, unfortunately. Is it Asian in origin, the sitar?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Listen, I role played as Demix too many times when I was little.
Okay. All right. So make your attack rolls with advantage because it is restrained, I believe. Oh wait, no, it wouldn't have taken because it was in its first turn. But so yeah, advantage on these attacks.
Woo!
Oh, wait. Mine were with advantage too, and I didn't take them. Oh, well.
Big sad.
It wouldn't have mattered. The one was a 20 anyway, and the other one wouldn't have changed. Oh, but yes, the sitar is from, I think, northern India / Pakistan area,
Okay.
Good to know.
which is technically the subcontinent part of Asia.
You said I get advantage?
Yes, you do. Because he is currently stuck to the floor with honey.
Perfect. Okay, okay, that is a 16 to hit.
All right. A 16 does not hit.
Darn, okay.
As you
that
bring
was-
forward your sword and swing up towards it with your first scimitar, and it just kind of barely slices against its arm as it pulls it out of the way.
I knew I should have did reckless.
It wouldn't have actually helped. You don't get the stack advantage.
Oh, okay. Then I'm fine then. And I get advantage on this one too?
Yes. As long as he is restrained by the honey, you have advantage. It's the most ridiculous fucking combat ever.
So 2 15s. Awesome. So 15 plus 7. I know I don't have
22.
a calculator. 22. Thank you.
That does hit.
22 to hit. Okay. And that is with some entire vengeance. That one's only 1d6 plus 1. Okay. That is. That is 7.
All right. 7 damage.
Yes.
All right.
And then oh sorry.
Nothing.
I have a bonus action.
You do have a bonus action. As you slice, your sword kind of whips through the air, barely scratching on the first hit. You immediately bring your offhand up, slicing right into its abdomen, leaving another deep cut through the granite.
And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna go back with the flame tongue. And I'm gonna hit one more time.
All right.
That's a 23 to hit.
That does in fact hit.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, surprise, surprise.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
If a
so I'm gonna
17
roll
hit before, a 23 hits now. The more you know.
So the first one, the first one is just a 5,
All right.
and then 2d6. A 7.
All right. So 12 total damage or 7 total?
Eat.
12 total.
12.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
As you slice through it and bring up your main hand weapon again, bringing another deep cut. This time it tries to block it with the shield, but before it can reach all the way around, you leave a deep gash along its arm, singeing through the granite itself. Alright. You've used your action, your bonus action. I'm assuming you're not going anywhere?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna stay here.
Alright. Cremate, as Jan slices through this creature over and over again, what would you like to do?
I Morning Star again, and I have advantage, yes?
Yes, you do. Give it the big smack.
Damn, those were 2 bads. My highest one there was 11 again. That was my
11?
advantage.
That
Well-
does not unfortunately hit.
And again.
You bring the Morning Star down.
Yeah,
it's just kind
20!
of- There we go.
Alright. And so that'll be 2d8?
Yes, as you bring the Morning Star down the first time, kind of scratching against the shield that it finally brought in front of itself. With the upward swing just slamming into its abdomen.
13, 16, 23 damage.
23 damage, alright. You
Gotta
slam
fucking
your
love
morning,
Barbarian.
slam your Morning Star into it. You see just it buries itself in a shattering of stone, leaving a nice deep crater with the spikes protruding into it. As you pull it away, you just see all the exposed rough stone of its stomach. Alright. Would you like to do anything with your bonus action?
Bonus action.
If you have some. I don't know if you have any.
Is...
No.
No, I don't believe so.
I always forget, what triggers the frenzy?
Wait, I forgot to add my strength, so that was 25 damage.
25
Hey.
damage. Alright, so an additional 3 damage.
Frenzy is just an additional melee weapon attack. As your bonus action.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what's going on, it's fine. I've never had someone play a Berserker Barbarian before. Alright. As you slam your Morning Star into it and pull back, large statuesque creature just kind of stumbles in place, still pinned to the ground by the honey that barely lets it lift its feet more than an inch. You just hear as its foot tries and fails to leave the ground. Alright, Shield Guardian. Knowing not what else to do, because it's in a fucking really bad spot, it's gonna take another couple swings at you guys. I hit that die. That's not good. Alright. Jan, I believe a 10 does not hit you.
Yeah, no. Thank God.
Alright, and Cremate, that's a 12, which I also believe does not hit you.
Is not.
There you go. As it kind of starts swinging wildly in a bit of a panic, though its face doesn't change. It's still kind of frozen in place. You see it swing wildly, and both of you manage to kind of duck and dodge out of the way of its very, like, broad, heavy stone swings. It's not having a good time. Alright. Zom, what would you like to do?
Gonna do the same thing as last turn. Start off bonus action, Hail of Thorns. Concentrating on that. 2 longbows. First one is a... Nope, that's only 16, so first one will miss.
Yep.
Second one is a natural 19, so that's gonna hit it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a
First
D6.
arrow kind of arcs over its shoulder, just barely missing its face.
I just remembered reading the spell that in order to do the full explosive damage, it has to fail a dex save, which it does have disadvantage on because it is honey. My
Alright.
DC is still 15.
It just rolled a 15.
Okay, so it'll only take half of the D10,
Alright.
which is half of 9. Rounding down is 4 plus 6, 10 piercing total. I'm gonna re-roll the 3, which becomes a 5, so 12 total.
Alright, 12 damage. The first arrow flies over its shoulder, just barely missing its face. The second arrow pinning right into its chest, kind of digging out a deep crevice of marble. And you see the repeated damage to this arm has actually kind of caused it to wear and loosely start cracking around the shoulder blade as it moves it. This arm being the left arm carrying its shield.
And I'm gonna use favored foe this time. Continue concentrating on that. Once I drop Hail of Thorns, so the bees start like clambering over parts of it, and I'll be able to increase damage by 1d4 next time I hit it.
Dope, dope, dope. Alrighty, that brings us back to Jan.
Okay, rinse and repeat. I'm gonna whack it.
How do you want to whack it? Describe to me. Roll for attack first, but...
Yeah? Okay. Alright, that definitely. So 17 plus 7.
17 plus 7, that does in fact hit.
Really? Okay. So... Right. So that is a 9 for the first roll, and then here's the fire damage roll. Well, that almost fell off. Okay, and then the second one is an 8.
Alright, so 17 damage total. Alright.
Yeah, for the first sword.
Alright, you bring your scimitar up, slicing down as it tries to kind of protect it with its arm, and you manage to cut into its shoulder. You see the loose, cracked arms just tumble to the ground with a heavy it shatters into a few pieces against the podium.
So, like, the whole arm's off now?
Well, it still has its sword arm, but its shield arm is now gone.
I'm gonna go for the other arm.
Alright, go for it. This one has not sustained as heavy damage, but go for it.
I'm gonna start with the other one. Okay, that is definitely not a good roll. That's not a good roll either. Trying to think of grade school math. 7 plus 7.
14 does not hit.
I thought so, but you know, I'm like, I don't doubt me being wrong. So 14 to hit.
Alright, 14. Just it misses as you try to be opportunistic, and you're like, okay, what if the one shoulder's weak, maybe the other one's weak. And you swing up and it just slams the sword down, its own sword down against yours, knocking it out of the way for a second, and your arm kind of have to arc back and catch yourself, almost hyperextending your arm a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, with the bonus action, I'm going to go back with the other arm that I started with.
All right.
And try one more time with that that sword arm.
Okie dokie. Roll for your attack.
See if I can. Okay. 19 plus 7.
That is 26, which does in fact hit.
Okay. 6 for the first one, and then fire damage. Another 6. So 12.
12 total?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You bring down, after kind of like catching yourself, you use the momentum of your arm being battered away and swing your other scimitar with a much higher force than usual, cleaving at its arm and leaving a deep, like probably a 2 or 3 inch deep cut straight through its shoulder blade. And as you see the dust and kind of some of the cracks start forming, but it's still holding on just barely. But it looks like it's really fucking hurt.
I bitch slapped it.
A little bit, yeah. Alright. And that is your turn, so let's go back to Cremate.
I'm gonna do a hit.
You want to do a hit? What do you want to hit?
Bonk.
Alright. Do I
Where
still have
bonk?
advantage?
Yes, you do. It's still stuck.
gonna suck when it's not stuck. I'm enjoying the damage.
That's a 22.
The 22 does hit.
And 6 plus 8 plus 3, so that's 11.
11 damage. All right. How do you want to do this?
Oh.
Alright.
Please.
So cremate is a bit of a show off and wants to look for the name. They want to destroy. They give a battle cry and just go like big with the arms, put your whole body into it, swinging to try and take out the other arm.
All right. You rush forward, swinging your Morning Star over your head with a large cry, swing for his sword arm, smashing through the elbow joint as it tries to bring it back and parry. And coming through, following through with it, you hit the abdomen where you hit earlier with that crit and just shatter through the midsection of it as it topples over, hitting the podium underneath it and kind of spraying bits of granite and honey at you, at both you guys. And the legs kind of just tip over backwards and crash into the honey-coated grass behind it. It sits there in pieces as you all lean over it and take in the sight.
We are very impressed. Looking over to Cremate and Jan. You would do well fighting against wasps.
Thanks.
Wasps stand no chance against the two of you.
Thanks.
Regular sized wasps or big wasps?
Any wasps.
Next one
Good.
shot. Fighting
No.
a giant army of wasps.
Yeah, so Shane, I realized as I was reading the ranger stuff here, I could have been dealing an extra d6 piercing damage every turn, which is one of the Swarm Keeper abilities, and I just didn't remember to do it. So oh well.
Lessons learned.
Yep. And one of the other things it can do, if it managed to get out of the honey, one of the things that your swarm can do when you successfully attack is make them fail a strength save. If they fail the strength save, you can move them up to 15 feet horizontally in a direction of your choice. I could have just moved him straight back in.
Hit him and Cloud of Bees just push him back.
I'm almost sad that it didn't manage to hit me properly, because then I could have hellish rebuked its ass.
Right? And Jan has the sword of vengeance, which would have potentially kicked in if they got hit.
Oh, really?
That's part of the curse of it.
Oh, shoot. I forgot. I have a lot of stuff. I was also waiting for, for someone else to get hit, because I have, a race thing. Either a race or a class thing, where, if someone else gets hit, I get to, bring down the damage by, 2d6 or something.
Man, the only way we could have made this fight cooler is if one of us got hurt.
Yeah. If we were worse at the game, we could have been better at the game.
The disadvantage made things a little bit complicated.
It's fine.
Anyways,
I really didn't think Web was going to be that powerful against it.
It was perfect.
alright, as you all catch your breath and take in the sight of this crumbled statue just kind of sinking slowly into the pools of honey still on the ground. The blink dog you see is now actually just lapping up some of the honey.
Is the blink dog wearing a medallion?
It's just got a small collar with a key on it.
Yeah, I thought so. Once you said shield guardian, that sort of told me a bit.
I'm gonna take a handful of the honey. I'm gonna walk up to the dog. Very, calmly. Hold a hand to the dog with, the honey.
As soon as you get about 5 feet away from it, it kind of looks up at you with its big eyes and just...
Oh,
and disappears off into a corner over on the other side.
Looks at the honey. Um, um, Well, we probably need this key to go on, correct?
What would we need a key for? What would it unlock?
The gate. To leave.
Ah, yes, the gate. The thing that I forgot you mentioned. I don't have an 18 fucking wisdom. What are you talking about?
Perception, don't know her.
I mean, I can always try to like ram it down. I don't think that would be the best idea.
We got 2 barbarians. We can take on anything.
2 barbarians versus a gate. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? That's a great question.
Yeah, famous last words for D&D characters. Oh man.
We're fine. We're gods.
Oh, in the meantime, I'm gonna plant one of the beans from my bag of beans.
Okay.
I have to roll a D100, and depending on what it rolls,
Roll your D100.
1 minute after I plant it and water it,
Yep.
something sprouts.
Alright, roll your D100. We can keep it between the 2 of us, because the other 2 don't know what it is.
Oh, I didn't roll it. So that's 45. What the fuck is 45?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Why?
No
What
reason.
did you do?
Nothing. It's not one of the worst ones.
Things could get much, much worse with those things.
Right?
Alright, so what do you guys want to do?
We
Dog's
probably
sitting
gotta
here.
get that dog already. We got 10
You
rounds,
just-
y'all.
You just see Jan trying again with the honey.
Alright, you're approaching it slowly again.
Yeah.
Right.
Little pet calls like come here, please.
It kind of puts its foot down and just looks at you.
Do you want honey?
As soon as you get close to it, just... It blinks about 30 feet to your right.
I don't think dogs like me.
Can I try and call it over? Oh, here. Do I have any things dogs would like? The food clearly isn't working.
Wipe my hands off of my pants.
Come on. What? Roll animal handling, or is this just gonna be a game of cat?
Sure. Roll an animal
Game of-
handling check.
Game of dog and cat and mouse.
I don't know. I'm not the ranger here. The ranger is not helping me.
Oh, yeah.
15.
The ranger is planning things.
Ranger's
The 15.
The ranger's ranging here, alright? At one point in the past, one of these beans sprouted flowers, and that's what I'm really hoping for here.
Risk it all.
Yep.
Alright, as you walk forward, kind of trying to coax the dog forward, it does let you get up to it, like a little bit. You're about 5 feet away, and it's not blinking just yet.
I just go on. I go to like scratch its head.
As soon as you reach towards it, it just...
I don't know if I want to bother trying the same thing, because I don't think it's gonna do anything different. But like, all I have left, because I already used my speak with animals, right? Plus, that only works with quote beasts, and I'm pretty sure Blink Dog is fey, but whatever. I don't have that anymore.
Roll a nature check.
They say, proficiency in that.
You have expertise in that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, why is it only a +8? Okay, well, it's an 18 + 8, so the math's 26.
You've heard of blink dogs before. One of the bees has. The hive mind that you exist in. You do know that they are fake creatures, and you do know that they seem to speak a language, and it's probably Sylvan.
Oh, fuck, I forgot I speak Sylvan, y'all.
Listen, you're doing fine.
Alright, I'm going to slowly approach the dog, pooling an amount of honey in one of my armored gauntlet palms, kneeling down and speaking in a humming Sylvan phrase. Come here, little friend. We need the key from your neck.
Roll an animal handling check with advantage.
I have a +7 to that, y'all. Ooh, the first one's a 5, not great. Second one's a 5, not great.
As you begin approaching it, it
I have
hears...
guidance, but I didn't use it on myself, so that's whatever.
Yeah. You see its ears kind of prick up as you approach. And it just kind of looks at you, starts backing away. You get the sense that it knows what bees are and doesn't really like them.
You do not need to be afraid of us. We will remain back here, but the gift that the other two are trying to give to you is a good trade. We made it ourselves. It's organic.
It's local.
Organic, free-range bees.
Literally the freest range bees. We can go wherever we fucking want. Except in the water.
Not in the water. And not in the desert.
But yeah, I
feel
will
like they live in the desert.
I will step over to which of the two of y'all do I think has a better chance of doing this?
The fire ganassi.
Not the one that's on
human
not the one that's on fire. I feel like that might be freaking the dog out. So I'm going to go over to Jan and with the non-honey palm, just going to gently put a hand on the shoulder and cast guidance. So you get a 1d4 to your next ability check within the next minute.
Cool.
That's all I got here. It's the best I can do.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Guess I'm gonna try again.
All right. What are you
I
gonna
think
do?
my hand's probably still covered in honey.
Just a little bit.
It's
A lot. And then probably the rest of me too. Oh my god, I really hope that no like chickens like come by, cover us in feathers and stuff.
That was the other direction.
Okay. So I'm gonna try again. And can I roll for animal?
Yeah,
Handle
roll an
it.
animal handling check.
I'm gonna have backed away sufficiently at this point.
Yeah, you're observing from a safe distance.
Okay, so that is -2, so 14 plus use that D4 you gave me, thank you. Uh, 14.
14.
Yes.
You approach it, and it lets you get within like 5 feet of you, or 5 feet of it, but it doesn't move forward inherently.
Do you want some honey? I'll stop bothering you if you give me the key.
I'm really sad that I don't speak Sylvan or a language it understands, because I could just command it. It is a dog.
Can I have the key, please? I'm gonna take the key.
You're gonna reach for the key?
Yeah.
And you see it disappear and reappear. However, it manages to land itself in the honey.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna mage hand, try to grab the key.
All right, make a
Just
sleight of
a
hand
little.
check.
That same little bzzz squadron of bees is gonna lift off and try to yoink it. Sleight of hand, I only have a +3. That's a 14 plus 3. That's a 17.
All right. Nice, a 2 and a 3. It kind of flinches away, and you see it try to pull away, but its paws are currently stuck, and its tail is stuck in the honey.
Oh.
It's just and the bees just swoop in and just pull the collar off. It does nip one of the bees and it starts bumbling a little bit funny. Still flying, but just bumbling a little bit.
Wounded in battle.
You know what I just realized? I never managed my HP, so I'm a level 7 character with 28 hit points right now. Maximum.
You're really lucky you didn't get hit.
That's funny.
Slowly, the key flits over to you. And you snatch it from the cloud of bees.
I'm gonna hand it to cremate.
You do
Thanks.
notice the seed that you've planted, the bean that you have planted, there's a cluster of about 10 mushrooms growing at a very terrifying rate out of the ground.
Those are not the flowers we were expecting. That is unfortunate.
Cremate will approach the gate with the key.
Alright, you approach the gate.
There's a big lock on it for me to.
There's a lock kind of embedded into the gate structure itself.
I'm gonna put the key in and see what happens.
You put the key in very tentatively. And then, it's a mimic! No. You put the key in, turn it, and the gate just swings open and latches open. The mushrooms are growing very, very quickly. They are now the size of watermelons.
It's terrifying.
And we're just leaving this poor dog there.
I'm the best ranger ever.
The mushrooms are taking over. Oh,
You want to go into the honey and get the dog?
yes.
As you look at the dog is no longer there.
Oh, okay. Well,
While
Man,
you
the
actually
dog.
turn around to check for it, it just bolts past Cremate, and then just blinks away.
Alright. Going forward through that gate.
Alright.
Aw.
You all make your escape through the gate, out into a small tree-arched path. Kind of those really picturesque moments where the trees just kind of create a perfect overhang with sunlight dangling through. And you feel at peace. And you do find, in your pathway, very out of place, is a small intricate chest with gold filigree and other like leaving and branching all over it.
I can't fucking read, so
What if it's only written in Sylvan?
sorry, we're fucked. Gotta start over.
Well, I'm gonna take a look. Is it written in Sylvan or common?
Wait, is what written?
Oh, I thought you said there was a note.
No, a chest.
Oh,
Oh,
a
Sorry, did I
chest.
say note?
No, I thought there was something written on the chest because
That's what I thought
okay,
too.
No, it is just covered in branches and filigree.
Oh, okay. Who wants to open it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
I don't care. I'm fire. I'm on fire, baby. It's a good day. All right. I try and open the chest.
Grab both sides of the lid, slowly open it, and as soon as you kind of lift it up a little bit, it just flings open, and a puff of confetti and smoke sticks out of it. And on the inside, you find a bunch of flowers, a few small gems, and a bunch of candles, and a squirrel eating a nut.
Squirrel.
Gotta fucking get him out of there.
It's just munching on a nut.
Is he wearing a little fucking vest? Is his name Al?
He does not have a vest. He does have a hat on. A little flat cap.
Yep. What's up, my dude? Good to see you, you little shit.
He does not have a vest. He is not Al.
It's Al's cousin, Hal.
You can always try speaking to it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking assume Sylvan's the good here. Hello, friend. We are here to get you out of the chest. Will you come with us?
Tilts its head at you.
We have already used our ability to speak with beasts today, so you're gonna have to bear with us here. You're just gonna have to cut us some fucking slack, alright?
It just reaches up and under its hat, it pulls out a very small piece of paper, kind of wrapped up in a scroll, and it just kind of hands it to you.
We already told you that we can't read, and just gonna hand it off.
I'm gonna take it.
It just says, "Hi, I'm Jeffrey."
Oh.
And you gotta not reuse names, man, alright? Because what you're doing here is that you're introducing, like, seeds for a conspiracy theory that Jeffrey that appeared in our Monday night game that stressed Alyssa out so much is actually a squirrel.
You just see a whole bunch of red strings everywhere.
If Alyssa was watching right now, Alyssa would be losing her goddamn mind.
Don't worry, we totally don't have this on VOD or anything.
Send her the timestamp. Do it.
Hello, Jeffrey.
Just waves at you. And
Okay.
finishes eating its acorn. And just kind of waves again and just bolts and scurries off into the woods.
Oh. Okay. Well,
Hey,
there's flowers for you.
They've already been plucked.
Oh.
We will do what we can with them.
Well, I guess. What else did you say? There was candles and gems.
Some small gems. About I'd probably say a dozen or so.
I guess we split them up accordingly.
sure, yeah.
Do the candles smell good?
They smell of very weird things. One seems to smell of a pond, but kind of like a stale pond. The other smells
Yeah.
like dirt.
Oh.
One of them smells like mushrooms.
How many candles are there?
Like 8. One of them
Well-
smells like pine tar.
I'm gonna take my half of the jewels. Then I have a feeling I'll just use the one time I get this. Just use it. I'd like to produce flame and light the candles.
Alright. Are you gonna light all 8 of them?
Yes.
Alright, you light all 8 candles. And once you light them, you realize it just smells like the area around you. Like, once you light all 8 of them, it just makes kind of the sensation of the maze that you were already in.
So that pond that we walked through smelled like stale pond.
It wasn't great. I mean, it's a still water pond. It doesn't smell
Oh, we
great.
stink now.
I don't know about you. I clearly dried off immediately.
Yeah.
No, you still hear like wet shoes from beyond.
Oof.
Or should have picked up prestidigitation.
Fine. Does this mean we get to leave?
I guess we go forward if we should wish.
If you want the candles, you can take the candles.
Sure, I'll snuff the candles out before I carry them. I'm just gonna take the rest of the chest with me.
Just close it, swing it over your shoulder.
What are these candles made out of?
Wax.
We talking like a animal, like a rendered animal fat wax? We talking soy? We talking beeswax? Like,
It is beeswax with oil imbued into it.
all right, I'll take one of them, and just
The pond one.
The pond's good.
whichever one smells the least awful to bees. Probably that pine tar one.
Yeah, I would say it's probably the least or the most appealing to you.
And just lifts the bottom of the helmet and just shoves it straight into the neck hole, and just
Catch a visible glimpse of the empty space there.
and you just hear like ding 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 ding.
That is nightmare smell.
Are there any like vials or anything?
No, just candles, flowers, and a few gems,
Okay.
and the remnants of a small acorn. Okay, you guys continuing along the road?
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
You all walk forward, a new chest in tow. Some of you smelling better than others. And eventually you come into a 3-pronged fork in the road. One pathway is kind of lined with flowers. The other is a little dry and kind of dry brush and brambles and trees. And the other has just got a nice clear view into the sky.
Obviously,
Where are we part? Oh, sorry.
well, obviously the correct choice is to go down this path.
Well, we could split up, or we can all go down the same path.
Hmm. We are not bound to any location. We are free to seek pollination wherever we go.
I seek pollination.
The nectar is obvious in this path, but there is likely nectar to be found in both of the others as well.
I think I personally like to get out of the woods and you can see the sky through one of those. Unless I'm being personally targeted with a wildfire starting path. Right.
We think they're all targeted towards one of us, but the one we think is targeted towards each of us, we're all wrong.
and you all end up back in the maze again.
Shoot. How about we all go the same path, and if we have to start all over again, that way we start all over again together.
What a fucking Groundhog Day.
Yeah. He's partly saying that because he knows that he can't go through it by himself. Probably the path with all the flowers looks the best, right?
I mean, I voted Sky Path.
Oh.
That's not what it's called. That's what I'm calling it now. Sky Path.
Or we could split up.
Sure.
You go sky, I go the bramble path, and you go flowers.
That seems acceptable. If we are parting here, I can at least leave you both. I said I. Oh shit, I ruined it!
We've done this for 2 hours straight, come on.
We can leave you with one last gift. Sorry, I gotta think of the royal we. Do you have any containers?
Probably.
Siri has a container.
No potions? Skins?
We got
Those
a
with
tinder
lids.
box. I can just get rid of the tinder.
I have a tinder box.
Yeah, say.
Okay, no, I've got it. Bazam pulls off two of the fingers from their gauntlets, both of the pinky fingers, and places them up to the joint between the head and the gorget, and with the sound of some buzzing and the finger things like moving a little bit, after a moment they pull both of them out and they are stopped with some of the wax from the candle. But Bazam hand holds one in each palm out to each of them, to the others.
Thanks, man. Friend, bubble buddy.
This is the finest
Thank
gift
you.
we can provide. The sustenance that keeps us alive and proliferating. It's royal jelly, y'all.
Oh!
It's not regular honey. It's the
It's
shit
that-
for the
it's-
queen.
Is that good?
Thank you.
This is probably worth like at least some number of copper. I don't know.
Before we do part, I just realized I didn't introduce myself. I'm Young Sorava, or you can call me Yon.
Nice to properly meet you. Cremate will hold out a hand.
And shake a hand.
It's good doing business with you, Jan.
Good doing business with you too. What can I call you?
Cremate. Might have heard of
Okay.
me. I'm kind of a big deal.
No, but I don't really talk to people.
Okay.
That name is unfamiliar to us as well. But we will remember you, Cremate, and Jan Soreva, if we do not see each other again. Well,
Okay.
nectar awaits. And sort of
Safe
shuffling
travels.
off, Bazam, who never offered a name because they don't understand that, disappears into that field of into that path of flowers.
Just walking haphazard steps down the path.
Hey man, nobody said a bee hive fucking understands societal customs, okay?
At least not humanoid ones.
I was really hoping somebody would hold their hand out for me to shake it and you just fucking look at it like,
Oh no.
What the fuck's this?
like I already gave you part of my hand, my dudes.
Alright. I'm assuming the rest of you will continue down your respective paths as well.
Yeah.
Alright. You all begin walking down your paths. Slowly but surely. Wandering. Paths wind a little bit. Become dense. And you do hear just a child's laughter in the distance. Just... that was fun! And you walk through kind of a darker portion where the canopy blocks the sun a bit deeper. And coming out the other side, you notice you're on the same path that you started on before all of this got dark and deep. And you decide, despite this weird fever dream of an encounter, you'll continue on your travels as you were before. And that's where we'll end for tonight. Woo! Thank you everyone who came out here to watch. Thank you for you guys for playing with us. I hope you all had a good time. A little bit of a rough start back up with Dungeon Brawl, but hey, you know, practice makes perfect, and if you don't practice for a few months, everything kind of sucks a little bit. So, but I think we had a great time. So, thank you all for watching. Remember, Tuesday night we're going to have the Minds game, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mini Paint and Chill right before Critical Role airs, because we're all a bunch of fucking Critical Role nerds. And Friday, 8 p.m. EST, you get to see Kaylee, Mercury, Kelly, and Words, and myself as well as your lovely DM host of the evening, start a new campaign in my homebrew setting of Meritos. So, thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for the cat, Chris, as always needed.
This is the goblin.
The goblin. And everyone have a lovely evening. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.